Hey guys!
We're here today to do a Patreon request from this patrono right here. Asked us to check out a band called Nytt with the Rammstein cover, One Dick, One Love. That's not the name of the song, but it could be.
It could be.
And before we get a lot of hate mail and a lot of comments saying that's not how you pronounce, I know that's not how you pronounce it, but can we just have some fun with it?
Exactly.
Fuck, man. There's not a lot of things that I'm enjoying these days in the world around me. If referring to this song as One Dick is one of the things that brings some happiness to my life, just let me be. I'm an old guy. Fuck. Like, I've lived more than what I have ahead of me. Just give me this one.
Oh, this got real.
Just give me this one dick. I just want one dick.
Oh, I want to clip that now. I want that clipped.
All right. Now, before we click play, I know this band. You don't. So let me give you a little bit of an introduction. Because I don't want you to go into this. I don't even know what you would expect. But I want you to at least be a little bit grounded in what your expectations are. So, Nytt are from Siberia.
Ooh.
No joke. Like, they live in a small town in Siberia, all right? Surrounded by wolves of Siberia.
The wolves of Siberia.
So they live in a small town of Siberia. I've interviewed Anatoly, one of the members of the band, is him and his wife. It's a homegrown, it's a family business, if you will. So I've interviewed him on the channel because they have a new album out, Ritual, and they do a lot of that throat singing. And they bring out their culture, the Siberian culture, the native people that lived in Siberia, and all of that into their music. So I just want to ground you that that's a little bit of what their sound is all about. That's who they are as a band. So now think of that and think Rammstein cover.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So are you excited now?
I'm excited.
I think you were excited just when I said Siberia.
When you said Siberia, yeah.
I think that got you excited.
But also my mind went to like a very cold place, like always snowing.
And probably we're going to get a little bit of that in the video.
Yeah.
All right, maybe a frozen dick.
Maybe.
Maybe.
One dick.
The one dick will end up frozen. Then it's a frozen popsicle. Then you have to lick it. All right, let's press play.
Ich werde in die Tannen gehen, dahin, wo ich sie zuletzt gesehen. Doch der Abend wirft ein Tuch aufs Land und auf die Wege hinterm Waldesrand. Und der Wald, der steckt so schwarz und leer. Wege, und die Vögel singen nicht mehr. Ohne dich kann ich nicht sein. Ohne dich, mit dir bin ich auch allein. Ohne dich zähl ich die Stunden. Ohne dich, mit dir stehen die Sekunden. Lohne nicht. Ohne dich, auf den Nesten in den Gräben, ist es nun still und ohne Leben. Und das Atmen fällt mir an so schwer. Baby, oh weh, und die Vögel singen nicht mehr. Ohne dich kann ich nicht sein. Ohne dich, mit dir bin ich auch allein. Ohne dich, zähl ich die Stunden. Ohne dich, mit dir stehen die Sekunden. Lohne nicht. Ohne dich, Sekunden lohne nicht ohne dich.
Wow. Ooh. All right. So I'm going to let you go first because obviously I knew the band. This is very, well, not very different. It still has a lot of what you would get. And by the way, if you guys like this, go check out their latest record, Ritual. It's out on Napalm Records. A lot of what you saw here, it's in that album, but obviously in the album they use that throat singing that you didn't get here, and they go more into the folk, into that Siberian folk. This is a cover,
Yeah.
so it obviously going to have that balance.
No, I kind of thought they were gonna sing it in what? Do they speak Russian in
Yeah.
Siberia? Yeah.
Well, they have their own, like the native
own-
people from there. They have their own native language.
Yeah.
But they speak Russian in Siberia.
I thought they were gonna. That's how I thought they were just gonna speak in Russian. That's what I was thinking.
I thought they were gonna do some throat singing in there too, like.
I don't know when they were gonna throw that in.
I think there was some points there, specifically when she was humming. I think you could throw it as a layer in the background, not at the same volume because you don't want to drown her out, but almost as an atmospheric element, have the throat singing behind her voice when she's humming. I think it would have actually really pushed the song forward. Would have given it a little bit more volume.
Yeah, maybe, but I thought it was gonna be. That's what I thought.
Now maybe this is a fact. This is a fact of life. I'm gonna
when
call
she's-
them tomorrow. I'm gonna send them an email about this.
But then when she started singing in German, I'm like, okay, this is kind of going. How you described it to me. This is going in that way.
That instrument, it was magnificent, eh?
What, the one she was playing? It was like a small harp.
Yeah, but the sound.
Yeah, the sound was really, really nice. It just.
Those first couple of notes almost sounds like Metallica.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of, but anyways, go ahead.
And then there was that instrument with the bow, and I've seen that instrument before. In other.
Tinger Calvary, I believe, used one of those.
I think they did. I
The
know
Who doesn't the Who?
The Who uses something similar to that, and then I've watched like throat singers from Mongolia, and they also have something similar to that. Because I like that type of. I always like to listen to cultural music around the world just to get like a little bit of a taste here and there to learn a little bit. And this is something different, and I'm actually happy with this. Is a nice find.
For me, the album was a nice find because I discovered the band through this record, Ritual. So that's how I discovered the band, and then I got to chat. We did an interview, and I discovered more about them, and about living in Siberia and how it is there. So if you guys want to know more about the band as well, check out my interview because we talk about the music obviously and what drives the music, but also where they're from, like a little small town in Siberia. I was like, do people know who you guys are when you go buy bread? There's one or two people who know, but majority of the people they don't really, they don't care. I was like, this is really interesting. They don't listen to you guys, like they should have a statue of you guys in the center of the town. Like you're bringing Siberia to the world in terms of, from a cultural perspective. You know what I mean?
Because other bands can be from Siberia but play music
that's a little bit different.
That's but similar to other things that are already out in the world. It's just they so happen to be from Siberia. But they're taking their culture and putting it out to the world like this.
I think it's really important. Bands like these guys, like Korpiklani, bands that bring their culture with their music into the forefront, are really vehicles that are taking that culture and spreading it around the world, letting the world know that, hey, this is a part of our ethnicity, of who we are as people, of where we've come from. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes people have this weird idea of what certain parts of the world look like. I mean, we're in Canada, and sometimes I'm talking to people from the US, and they ask me, what side of the road do we drive on? I'm not even joking. Like there's like this split, like when you cross the border, that somehow we drive like the British on the other side or something. People think like we live in igloos. Or like all
I mean, some of us do.
Some of us do,
And
but
none
you
of
know,
it.
yeah. But what I'm saying is not all of us. Like, I don't play hockey. Like, there's the stereotypes, right?
There's
Like,
always the
people
stereotypes.
people have these conceptions of certain parts of the world.
The thing is, some of those stereotypes are true. Like, even to now.
Well, that's why they're stereotypes.
That's why they're stereotypes.
There's some truth
it's like
in
when
them.
when I think about some Scandinavian countries, I will never think of them as like sunny countries. I will always think of them as having
Gloomy.
snow. Not
Gloomy.
Not gloomy, but having snow. And also, it kind of also it's a stereotype to our country too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So listening to bands like them really breaks a little bit of those barriers. It breaks a little bit of those stereotypes.
Because I thought there was going to be snow in here, but it was like a hayfield.
Oh, but it was still very gloomy.
It was so nice, and then he's just sitting there playing.
Oh, it was the song is beautifully done. You kind of just sit back and you just take it all in. The vocals are beautiful. Her voice is beautiful. And on this album, Ritual, there's a few songs where she gets a little bit of the center stage, and she delivers. Like, she has a beautiful voice. Like I said, I cannot recommend the album Ritual enough. It's really an interesting. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but for folks that like Heilung, that like that more traditional sound, that folk sound.
If the album is like 50% of this, then I'm all aboard, and it's definitely a very relaxing sound.
Yeah, it also has a little bit of a black metal influence into it. So it's a little bit of that Heilung sound, or that traditional throat singing sound, that cultural sound, if you will, and then it has some black metal influences. Not a lot, but a little bit. That brings a little bit more darkness. This cover is beautifully done. Beautifully done. That's all I gotta say. The only reason I didn't show you the record or any song on the record is because I remember when we did Heilung on the channel, you were not a big fan of them just like what do you call it, like a chant or whatever you want to call it, with a drum, and you were not a big fan of that. So I was like, if you're not a big fan of that, you may not like this. So maybe introducing you with this song, it's an easier way to kind of get you in.
I still don't know if I'll get into that band though.
No, I'm singing to these guys.
Oh, into these guys definitely, but I don't know, man. Like, I like the different stuff, but
that one is a little bit too different.
You know, I've even shown you like throat singing videos that I actually really enjoy, and that's because they also have the instruments that bring you on the journey that they're.
Yeah, and these guys definitely.
And these
do that.
guys also have that.
And one thing I was gonna say about this song that's also true about the album is when the drums come in, they're so earthy. It almost feels like there's like horses, like a stampede of horses, like the sound of them, going and do-do-doom. Like, the drums feel so earthy. That is true in this song, and is definitely true on the record. It really feels like it's coming from the earth. But anyways, you were saying, sorry.
No?
It doesn't matter what I do, Heilung is not for you.
I mean, dude.
That was a little bit out there, maybe for you.
I was a little bit out there. I mean, I was happy to listen to it for, just to get the experience, but I don't know, man.
You need a little bit more. You need a little bit. There's a few things that you're looking for.
It had stuff that I was interested in, but it also didn't have enough to keep me into
there.
it.
Okay, fair enough. Before we go, I just want to say one thing. I think it's clear from watching this video that no dicks were harmed during the making of this video.
Well, there was that weapon at the end.
Yeah, and then Mother Nature was kind of coming to grab it. It looked like it was Mother Nature was coming.
So
that was not a weapon. That's the.
I know it's
the thing from the old Russian.
It's the sickle.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's the hammer and sickle.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's that symbol. I know people use it to cut the crops.
Fucking Noob Sidebot has it in Mortal Kombat. That's one of the only reasons why.
That's the only reason why you know. All right, I knew that had to be a reason. Okay, Mortal Kombat it is.
And also the Soviet Union thing, the hammer and sickle.
Perfect. But I know what it is in Portuguese, the name of that thing, but I don't know in English. I just didn't know in English. All right, guys, this is it for today. Thank you for the Patreon that asked us to check out this incredible cover. Let us know your thoughts on this band, on their album, if you've heard the album, on this cover. Where does this rank as far as Rammstein covers? Use the comment section below. We'll be checking those out and chatting with you. And we'll see you in the next video.
See ya.